Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This is another of my short stories from the next edition of my book, Soloists, which will be up to 200 short stories of introverts and outsiders facing a dilemma. This one is called Wannabes. I'm a delivery driver for the Carbonic Collaborative. That's a fancy name for a company that refills CO2 tanks for soda fountains, margarita makers, and helium balloons. But like most people, I have a creative itch that needs to be scratched. So after work for the last 3 years, I've taken screenwriting courses, one twice, even though it cost $14.95 a pop. To avoid being accused of giving false hopes and maybe to avoid getting sued, the trainer always says something like, "Of course, it's not easy to make a living as a screenwriter." That gives just enough hope for us wannabes. Too much hope. In between screenwriting courses, I reread screenwriting books like Story, Crafty Screenwriting, and Screenwriting 434, written by Lou Hunter, the legendary head of UCLA's screenwriting program. In 1998, 9 of the 10 top-grossing films were written by graduates of his program. Along the way, I wrote a screenplay, which took me a year. I entered 8 contests, and I won 1. I leveraged that by applying to screenwriting programs, including my long shot, the aforementioned UCLA. And I got in. The tuition would break me, as well as make me take out a huge loan, but I wanted to live my dream. How could I not? So I packed my bags and relocated from Milwaukee to UCLA. I did well in the program, and the pressure of deadlines resulted in my writing 5 screenplays in the 2 years. I since learned, though, that the average working professional screenwriter gets one done in an average of 2 months. At the bottom of each screenplay I had written, the professor used Hunter's famous and just encouraging enough send-off, "Write on," W-R-I-T-E on, write on. Hunter himself gave me an amazing letter of endorsement to send to literary agents along with my inventory, that's the industry word, of scripts. I queried 28 screenplay agents. The results? 13 no responses, 3 perfunctory ones, and a yes from a third-tier agent. She sent my screenplays all over Hollywood. For months, crickets. And then finally, a film production company, a major one, bought an option to do The Ugly Club, my story of 3 ugly high school kids who became cheerleaders and struck a blow against lookism. But the option expired and they never made it into a movie. The explanation? We couldn't get a bankable star. On the tail between my legs drive back home to Milwaukee, I had plenty of time to think. Was this all a waste? The idea popped to mind that I could teach screenwriting. After all, I did win a screenwriting contest, even though it was a minor one and the prize, $750, wasn't much more than the cost of all the contests I had entered, let alone the cost of all the workshops and books. I could also pitch Wannabes by saying that I did get into and graduate from America's premier screenwriting program, and with an amazing letter of recommendation. And I did get an agent, and I did get a script option. But that's all deceptive. Could I make myself tell students the understatement, "Of course, it's not easy to make a living as a screenwriter"? By the way, some of this story is autobiographical. I did read those screenwriting books. Lou Hunter did read 4 of my scripts and wrote me a wonderful letter of support. I did send it to 28 agents, but I never got an agent, let alone had a script option. Looking back, I think of my few-year screenwriting addiction as a hobby, fueled by the hope that I'd get a film made. In any event, I thank you for watching. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.